most tribalistic people we currently have in the country. They are the most tribalistic people we have in Nigeria at the moment. However, I do not blame.
Hello and what's up guys. In this video we are diving straight into a heated viral clip that is causing serious debate across Nigeria right now. An Igbo man boldly claimed that the Yorubas are the most tribalistic tribe in the country, especially those living in Lagos. But one angry Nigerian has fired back and his response has left social media buzzing. According to him, this idea is completely false. He argues that if Yorubas being protective of Lagos and Yoruba land is what people call tribalism, then the reality is different, because in his words, the Yorubas are actually the most accommodating people in Nigeria. He pointed out something striking. Lagos is far beyond 10% developed as some people claim. He insists Lagos is one of the most developed cities, not just in Nigeria but in the whole of Africa. The real problem, he says, is congestion and poor environmental planning, not lack of development. But that's not all. He went further, saying tribalism exists in every Nigerian tribe, not just among Yorubas. And when it comes to facts, he insists Yorubas are the least tribalistic group. He even gave examples: Igbo farmers thriving in Osun, Igbo businesses running in Ekiti, Lagos and Ibadan, Hausas and Fulani living across Ogun and the entire southwest. He asks, how then can Yorubas be branded the most tribalistic? His final point may shock you. He admitted, yes, Yorubas are protective of Lagos, but he says it is only because people have repeatedly called Lagos a no man's land. In his words, do you really expect the Yorubas to sit back and allow outsiders to hijack their land? That, he says, is what triggered their defensiveness. Guys, I will let you watch this video for yourself so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Also, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already done so. Take a look guys, and remember to share your thoughts after watching.
So this guy is saying that the Yorubas are the most tribalistic tribe in Nigeria, especially the Yorubas in Lagos. Now, I want you guys to watch the video before I say what I have in mind, okay?
Now, the Yorubas in Lagos are the most tribalistic people we currently have in the country. They are the most tribalistic people we have in Nigeria at the moment. However, I do not blame them for being tribalistic, because they are angry at something, and that is why they are tribalistic. So instead of us to accuse them of being tribalistic, I think we should find the reason why they are angry, and so we can move on. Because whether you like it or not, the reason why the Yorubas are angry, especially the Yorubas in Lagos, they feel that non-Yorubas have come to invade their land in Lagos. They feel non-Yorubas have come to invade Lagos. And whether you like it or not, there is an atom of truth in it. Because Lagos is the only state in Nigeria that is at least 10% developed.
And no disrespect to this brother here, but Lagos is developed beyond 10% compared to other states in Nigeria and compared to some cities in the West African region, and even beyond the West African region. Lagos is one of the most developed cities in the continent of Africa. The problem in Lagos is that Lagos is congested because of limitless opportunity, all right, and also lack of environmental planning. Aside that, Lagos is one of the most developed cities in the continent of Africa. So the idea that Lagos is 10% developed is far from reality. Lagos is beyond 10% developed. And talking about the Yorubas being tribalistic, the truth of the matter is that every tribe in Nigeria is tribalistic. There is tribalism in every major tribe in Nigeria, all right, which is the genesis of the division in Nigeria. But I digress. Now, if you are going to use the Yorubas as the most tribalistic tribe in Nigeria, what do you mean by that? Is it because the Yorubas are protective of Lagos, or because the Yorubas are protective of their land? I mean, where is that conclusion coming from, that the Yorubas are tribalistic? Because if we are to fact check it, the Yorubas are actually the least tribalistic tribe in Nigeria. I'm not from the Yoruba tribe, okay? But when all said and done, the most accommodating people in Nigeria today are the Yorubas. If you go to Osun State today, you find the Igbos there farming. If you go to Ekiti State, you find the Igbos there doing business. If you go to Ibadan, you go to Ogun, you find a lot of people from different tribes, the Hausas, the Fulanis. They're all over the places in southwest Nigeria, a region that is dominated by the Yorubas. So how can the Yorubas be the most tribalistic? I mean, where is the data to ascertain that claim, that the Yorubas are the most tribalistic? The same region that accommodates literally everyone from different corners of Nigeria. And this is not to say that there is no tribalism in the Yoruba land. There is, but when all said and done, they are the least tribalistic tribe in Nigeria. Number one is that Lagos accommodates literally everyone from the country. All right. Now, if you are using the Yorubas' protectiveness of Lagos as equivalent to tribalism, you may be right. Of course, the Yorubas are protective of Lagos because you guys have time and time again told the Yorubas that Lagos is no man's land. So do you expect them to allow non-Yorubas to come and hijack Lagos? So the Yorubas has become very, very protective of their state. They are now protective of their land because you guys triggered them. So let's not act like the Yorubas are very, very tribalistic, knowing fully well that they accommodate literally everyone in their region. If you are using the Yorubas being protective of Lagos or protective of the Yoruba land as equivalent to tribalism, you are right. But again, judging by what has been going on, the Yorubas have every right to protect their land because all the time you find somebody from the Igbo tribe, somebody from other tribe telling the Yorubas that Lagos is no man's land. For what? For what? So let's call it spade a spade. Let's not act like the Yorubas are the most tribalistic. There are things that non-Yorubas do in Yoruba land that is not acceptable elsewhere. There are things that the Yorubas tolerate from non-Yorubas that if you try it in Igbo land, there will be consequence. We must not act blindly. But again, I feel like lately you are hyper-focused on what is going on in Lagos. I mean, if you want to fix Nigeria, there has to be, a better way to go about it, not just focusing on one place. We have to look at what is going on in Southeast, what is going on in Southwest, what is going on in South-South, the North Central, Northeast, and Northwest. All right? So we must look at every region and hopefully we'll come together and find solution to fix the country.
Nowhere. Every Christmas today, you see the flock of people running back to the east. That is repatriating Lagos west back to the east. But again, are they contributing to the fact of Lagos? No. Are we giving the Lagos state more money to manage the burgeoning population? No. It's a lot of pressure to the resources coming to Lagos. Because their own state, when that same allocation go to their own state, they are nobody. There is virtually a graveyard. And that is why their state governors are able to steal. There are nobody, there are no commerce, there are nothing going on in those states. And let me talk about my state, because I don't like talking about other people's states. If Lagos is not good, I will not be here. In my state, from where I come from, we protect our lands. You cannot even come to my state to begin to argue it. The reason we don't give you the leeway to even encroach, that is why in my state, you don't have the issues of strangers dragging lands with us. It's not there. Go to the east. The easterners are shouting every day. Can you point me to facts within the media where a Yoruba man and a Yoruba man and a Yoruma is dragging a land in the east? That is how you see if they are lying such. There are no news to that because they don't give you the room. They don't give you the room to do that. In my state, let me tell you what to do. We have lands in the states. They will tell you that this is freehold and this is leasehold. 75% of the lands in my state are on leasehold. They are leasehold. When you come in, you say you want to buy, they will tell you this land can only be given to you for 50 years, for 90 years, and after 90 years, the community will take it back. But again, you will say, oh, 90 years is a lot of time, but there's a caveat to that. The 90 years could have been awarded 40 years ago. So by the time you are buying, you are going to buy the remaining lease on that land. And that is how a lot of the Igbos that are living within us they know that those lands they have, by the time the lease expires, the contract does not guarantee renewal. But are they fighting us about that? No, they can't fight us because it's not their property. So Lagos must come to terms with that. Because even me that is not an indigenous of Lagos, I will love a Lagos that works. Because if you allow strangers to overrun this state, even me will run away from the state. And finally, before I round up, just as I said, the leaders are listening to social media. When the Charlie Boy Street was changed, there was just a verbal pronouncement and some documents published that the street had been changed. Do you know what Charlie Boy did? Charlie Boy came out and said, his legacy cannot be erased by name change. He now walked to the bus stop, two cameramen there. He now pointed at his name that is still standing on the bus stop. That look at them, they changed my name. Is the name not still on the bus stop? And a lot of people, if you look at 95% of the people that commented, we are Biafrans. They started commenting that they cannot change it. That even though they try, people, conductors and all that will still be calling it Charlie Boy Street. They thought they were doing that on social media. But what did the local government chairman do? The leaders in the local government came out. First of all, directed boys to go and clean that name from that bus stop. They wiped the name totally. They are listening. Tinubu is listening to us. The leaders around, they're all listening to social media. So we must keep saying these things. Now they went to the bus stop, cleaned the name. They addressed that first issue. He raised two issues. What are the two issues? One, he said, my name is still in the bus stop. My legacy lives on. They can't change it. They can't erase it. So they addressed that first. So they cleaned the name and brought a renowned Yoruba name that have done great exploit around the world. Placed his name there. That's the first address they made to that correction. Then the second correction, they took gramophones, they took MCs and DJs, brought dancers to the parks there. And they gave the instruction while they were playing music and jollificating and eat. They now gave a very, very precise information to the conductors that whoever parrot or called for passengers using Charlie Boy's name in this bus stop will be banned from loading from this bus stop. And also there will be a penalty for you. They echoed it for more than 10 hours. You know what they are telling you? They are simply telling you, no matter how big you are, so long it is Lagos, we are in charge of Lagos. Go to court, go to ICC, go to ECOWAS court. We are not interested in that. They replied him. So I'm telling you, those that are still raising their ears up and down, there will be replies going to you. And I'm also going to say this, if they are not careful, there's still going to be a restructuring in the commerce in Lagos. There are no businesses a tribe can do better than the other business. No. If policies are made right, indigenes can do whatever business you are doing. Thank God an Igbo man just says somebody in Kwara also does the road business, isn't it? So it means a Yoruba man can still do road business. Let the state formulate proper policy that allows indigene to take over Alaba market. I'm not saying Igbo should not trade. No. Let there be more involvement of indigenes in those states. Let indigenes be protected. No matter how visitors protest, indigenes must be protected. I'm not a Yoruba man, but I'm saying that is the only way we can all enjoy Lagos State. And I'm rounding up so that I don't bore you. When you give leadership to strangers, they will not look at your welfare. We had a major road, the Lagos-Calabar road that was going on, that will help Lagos State. And Tinubu deliberately allowed it to start from Lagos State, at least. Do you know the man representing the Etiosa constituency, federal constituency? Do you know what he did? He petitioned. He's not a Yoruba man. He's from what's this state again? Benue State. So it's not all about me attacking him, but no. I'm saying this concerning any visitor or any stranger in Igbo land, including me. Now, this is what he said. He petitioned Tinubu that road is a conduit pipe for corruption and for stealing. He now petitioned the Senate. He petitioned the Senate that road must be discontinued, must be stopped. This is a man, and this road is a major part of this road runs in the constituency he ought to be representing. That is what strangers do when you give them to lead you, because they are not part of you. No matter how you look at it, they will not lead you because they are not blood related to you. They are not related to the land, so they have no obligation to protect the land. Just like Cliff, if you give me leadership today in Lagos State to now lead the Yorubas, I just pity those that gave me that lead, because all of the wealth that you give me in this Lagos, by the time I do the 1-2 house I want to live in Lagos, I will do the balance in my state. So please, there is sense in Lagos protecting the indigenes of Lagos and the Yoruba protecting their heritage. Whoever want to cry can go to ICC.
Now, the Yorubas in Lagos are the most tribalistic people we currently have in the country. They are the most tribalistic people we have in Nigeria at the moment. However, I do not blame them for being tribalistic, because they are angry at something, and that is why they are tribalistic. So instead of us to accuse them of being tribalistic, I think we should find the reason why they are angry, and so we can move on. Because whether you like it or not, the reason why the Yorubas are angry, especially the Yorubas in Lagos, they feel that non-Yorubas have come to invade their land in Lagos. They feel non-Yorubas have come to invade Lagos. And whether you like it or not, there is an atom of truth in it. because Lagos is the only state in Nigeria that is at least 10% developed. We have commercial activities moving in the state. We have entertainment booming in the state. We have commercial. We have a lot of things that are booming in the state. There is prosperity in the state, and this is why they say that Tinubu built Lagos, and that is true. So, because most of you don't like Tinubu, does not mean we should discredit the job that he did. There are so many prosperities and activities that are booming in Lagos, and there is seaport. There are a lot of things, and whether you like it or not, it did not fall from heaven. Somebody did it. And if the Yorubas in Lagos say it was Tinubu that did it, then we have to respect and accept it that it was Tinubu that did it. Take your hate to the next door. You hate Tinubu doesn't mean we should discredit that if he's the one that built Lagos. Moreover, the Yorubas were here before Tinubu came, so they knew how their Lagos was before Tinubu came. So if they say Tinubu built Lagos, we have to accept it and respect their opinion. So this is why lots of people are coming here. The Igbos, other tribes, they are coming here to Lagos to do business, to do other activities, entertainment, etc. And now, the Yorubas are feeling that they are no longer in charge of their land. That's how they are feeling, that they are no longer in charge of their land. However, to the Yorubas, you are not a victim in this claim. As a matter of fact, you had a part to play. These lands that you are saying the Igbos invaded, per se, or took from you, the Igbos never invaded your land. They bought it. Your ballers, your obas, the head of your families, they sold those land. They sold those land to the Igbos to do real estate and to do other activities. So go and hold your ballers responsible. Go and hold your obas responsible. Go and hold your family head responsible. The Igbos didn't steal the land. It was sold to them. And guess what? Your obas are using the money to buy Rolls-Royce. They are using the money to buy exotic cars. They didn't do anything for you with it. So go and hold your Yorubas responsible. And again, to the Yorubas, you are also ripping off other states, especially the Yorubas in Lagos. You are ripping off other states whether you like it or not. We have lots of big companies. For example, we have a lot of oil producing companies that are drilling oil in Delta. And the headquarters of that company will be in Lagos. And they will be paying tax to the government of Lagos. They will be paying tax to Lagos State. And yet, they are making that money from Delta. So you see, you are also ripping off other people. So don't come here and start acting as the victim. So if we truly want to solve this tribalism issue, we all have to come together and request of the government to build ports and airports in other places, like in Delta State, in Edo State. So it to be close to Anambra, to be close to markets, to be close to Onitsha, where they have markets. Because whether you like it or not, the Igbos don't really like to stay in Lagos. They come here to do business. That's why they come. The Igbos prefer to build their houses in their villages. They have all their mansions in their villages. So if they have a good place where they are doing business, they will not come to this Lagos. The only reason why they are coming here is because business is thriving here. But if we have seaports and working international airports in other like 5-6 states, then every other region will also grow. And everybody will be staying in their various region. The Hausas will stay in their region. The Igbos will stay in their region. The West will stay in their region. Everybody will be okay. And we will end the tribalism once and for all. Because we are behind. We don't have time to waste. And tribalism is eating our time. We have a country to build. We need to wake up. We need to put aside tribalism, put aside religion, and put aside this so much hate. I don't really believe Nigerians hate each other. I don't believe. I just think we are angry. Because I don't believe I hate another Nigerian. And I don't believe any other Nigerian hates me. We are just angry at something. And if we can fix our anger, we'll remove the shackles in our eyes and we will see clearly.